What's up, y'all? This is Ty. Here we are. This is episode 7, season 5, the final season of Greenleaf. So we are getting down to the wire, to the ending of this show. I was that was corny. I'm always trying to pull a song in there somehow. They're always finding a reason to shoo wop do wop and sing something. So anyway, we're getting down to the wire. This is, I believe, the next to last episode, if I'm not mistaken. Next week is the finale. So Greenleaf, it's been real. It's been real. I hate to see it go. I heard that they're gonna do a spinoff though. I did hear that. I wonder who's gonna be in the spinoff. Y'all got room for me? I could be like a disgruntled choir member or something. Anyway, shout outs to my Greenleafers, Tia Divine, Simply Be Yourself 100, Motown Investor, Darius, Randall Brown, June BLC, Penny, and all the rest. I'm trying to do it off the dome, y'all, because I didn't write it down this time. But shout outs to all my Greenleafers that's watching it and holding me down. I love y'all. So let's get on down to this review. All right, so we thought, or at least I thought, that, they jacked Darius up. I thought they had him tied up somewhere, whipping him or something. Tell me what you know. I was saying, well, Harmony and Hope are some gangsters. They some thugs. But they thugs. They ain't that type of thugs, though. But they ain't no good. But I thought they had him tied up somewhere. No, but what they did was just as bad. They lied on Darius and they had him arrested and they said something about, him in possession of something and all this stuff. So he spent the night in the cell and Grace had to come bail him out. So you think you get bailed out, what's you going to do? You're going to go home and take a shower or something, brush your teeth? Nah. Darius was like, no, I got to go and I have to interview this family. Because we're going to take down Whitmore and Harmony and Hope. We're going to get these gentrifiers out of here. Now, the thing that was commendable, but I was saying, well, I hope he got some mouthwash or something, did something before he go to this family to interview them, because you've been in jail all night. So I know your breath is humming or something. You had a mint, maybe you had a mint or something. I don't know. But they don't have mouthwash or anything in the precinct or in the jail. So I don't know. Do they? They don't. I don't think they do. So maybe he has some in the car or whatever. But anyway, commend Darius, because that was good. What he did, that was very good. Meanwhile, the church is supposed to be torn down today, and they got to stop this. They got to get involved. They got to do something. And Lady May is thinking, listen, I have to give this place to Tara. I have to meet with her. We have to do whatever. The bishop is not for this, because he's like, if we do this, if we offer this to them, it looks like I did something wrong. And I totally understand where the bishop is coming from, because, Rochelle really believes that the bishop has something to do with her father's death. She thinks she's out for blood. So he's like, if we do that, it looks like I'm guilty. And I'm not liking that. I'm not feeling that at all. So let's stick with Lady May and Tara. Tara says that she's trying to make things work, and she spoke to Rochelle. She don't think Rochelle is going to go for this deal, because she knows that Rochelle wants blood, wants blood, wants blood, wants blood. She wants blood. And she's like, we got to come to some sort of agreement or something. And, Lady May is still like, okay, we got to figure something out. And so here's the kicker. Grace then goes and meets with the caretaker. And she meets with the caretaker, and am I going out of order? I am. I'm not in any type of order, y'all. I'm just going in the things the highlights for me. And the caretaker drops a bomb, and he says, the old caretaker, he drops a bomb, and he says that Daryl apparently they was cutting up over there. They was acting a fool, and he couldn't believe that she had this black man talking to her like this, and this, that, and the third. And we find out that, that's Daryl's mother. So I'm like, wow. Daryl is the son of the original owner. Isn't that crazy? That is really crazy. And so this means that lady is their grandmother. So this means the house should go to Tara and Rochelle. Right? That's crazy. I was like, wow, I didn't see that coming, that, they were related. So, the house should belong to them. So, Lady Mae has Rochelle and Tara over, and they tell them that news, that, listen, that's your grandmother. This is your grandmother's house originally. And, we will have to, if this is true, what it said is true, we will have to turn this house over to you. And Rochelle's still like, and admit that you killed my father. And the bishop is like, you see, here she go with this stuff. Because the bishop is adamant, I did not kill your father. I didn't do anything. No, I didn't have anything to do with that. Craziness right there. Meanwhile, they're trying to tear this church down, but they can't because Grace went and got an injunction because they said they had a temporary injunction because they said that City on the Hill did not mention when Jacob and Carissa sold their property to City on the Hill, they failed to mention that they were a part of Harmony and Hope. So they got a temporary injunction to stop the wrecking ball from busting through Calvary Church. And you see Judy is thirsty to tear. She wants to tear. I want to tear something down. Can we destroy something? But they can't anyway because Daddy Whitmore ain't there yet. And Daddy Whitmore wants to do this grand thing where he announces that he's running for Senate before they tear the building down and all this stuff. He's just pulling out all the stops. He wants this over-the-top thing. And he gets it, but not the way he thinks he's going to get it. So, here's the thing. So, as Grace is telling Fernando and Phil and Judy that, yeah, we got an injunction, and that was a little dirty what y'all did lying on Darius like that. As she's telling them this, Fernando says to her, well, not so fast. Your brother Jacob didn't know that we were a part of Harmony and Hope, but his wife certainly did. The wife that I was smacking it, flipping it, and rubbing it down with, the one he gave chlamydia to. He's like, she knew I was. So Grace calls Jacob immediately. Jacob calls Carissa, and he's asking her, and he's like, and then she says, oh, I'm sorry. Turns out she did know, because that's why I said those two don't belong together. Just foolishness between them, toxic. That turned him off even more. She was like, I'm sorry. She did a lot of stupid things. So I know he's like, so first of all, you sell the place to this guy, you sleep with this guy, then you withhold this information that it was part of Harmony Hope. So they didn't know. So that kind of like says, well, this injunction ain't gonna, they might have to continue on. Meanwhile, the youngsters in the family, Zora, she wants to leave for New York City, and she wants to leave now, tonight. She wants to go. She's like, listen, I got my ticket. I'm ready. Her father is like, no, hold on, not yet. Let me talk this over. Don't worry about that. Then she comes up with a plan where she wants her cousin to come with her. She wants Sophia to come with her so that they can go, so she can go and Sophia could basically finance everything because, Sophia got the money or whatever. So I thought that was a little interesting scene. And, she really wants to go. She wants to get away. And maybe it would be good for her to get away from the family because the family got so much drama going on. So I don't blame her. I don't blame her at all. All right, let me check my notes here. Let's see what's going on. So now we get to this big deal where they're going to, they're at the church. And because Charity says, listen, I got to find a way to stop this. So it turns out Charity sent an email blast telling everybody, come on down to the church if you really want to know what Whitmore and Harmony and Hope is all about and the truth behind it. So they have this, everybody's there. It's almost like a town hall meeting in the church, whatever, people are there. And it was good, but it was a little corny, kind of, the way they were like coming in, like it was like, okay. It was a little corny, like the timing of like every time somebody says something here, in walks this one, and well, this is that, and that's what happened. And I was like, but I still enjoyed it. So Whitmore is saying, they're grasping for straws. What are they talking about? This is foolishness. And as he's saying that, Charity stands up and she says, so how do you explain all these people, all these black people that y'all sold these bad mortgages to and sold these mortgages to and took their property from them? And he's trying to deny it. And then here's what I said was kind of the corniness, as he's like, that's not true. Here comes Darius and Grace. Aha, yes it is. And I have the information right here. And they did that kind of thing. And it was like, din, din, din. So, he's getting busted. And then they mention, who's Miss Damaris? Who is this woman that you had, and why did you have her targeting all the black people and doing all this stuff for the black people? Who is she? And then Whitmore, in true snake fashion, he's like, well, I don't know what she did, but I don't know why she would have done that, but this is all in the past. And that triggered Phil. Thank God. Thank you, Jesus. Praise the Lord. Because I was like, if Phil don't grow a pair after hearing how this man is about trying to throw his own mother under the bus, if Phil doesn't grow a pair and say something, I'm going to be pissed off. So Phil jumps up, and Phil is like, I never knew what my mother did for a living, but I know on her deathbed she was telling me she hopes that God can forgive her because of the things she's done. He's like, now I never knew what that was, but now I think I know what she was referring to. So he's referring to this whole scam of the mortgages and cheating people out of their homes and things like that. And so he says to old Judy, take that ring off. Take my mother's ring off. Take it off now. And Judy, in her little bratty fashion, she stands up and she, take the stupid ring. She was hurt because she wanted to be married to him. She wanted it badly. Take this stupid ring. She did that whole little thing. And then the bishop gets up there and he gives this speech and he explains everything that happens. And he mentions that, Daryl's, he never put the connection together and all that. And that Daryl was the son of the woman who originally owned the house, and he saw greed and he saw this and that. He put that before him. And as he's confessing all of this, people are getting up. No, Bishop, you're right. You did more than that. And you did that. It was kind of like one of those things. I was like, okay, it was still good, but it was still a little corny to me. And then he's standing there saying all these things, and the family all makes their way up to the stage of the church, or to the pulpit, I should say. They make their way up to the pulpit, and Charity is singing Amazing Grace, and they're singing like that, and Whitmore and his daughter are like, let's get out of here, and they leave. So they say that Whitmore's pulling out, he's stepping down from Harmony and Hope, and it looks like things are going good. We see a conversation between Grace and what's her name, and Rochelle, and she said, Rochelle, are you happy now? Rochelle said, all I wanted was the truth. And she thanks Rochelle. She said, because I know that you're responsible for AJ being here and bringing that, and it actually helped me. And Rochelle was like, yeah, because who abandons their child like that? That was real trifling. So they had that conversation, and I guess Rochelle is satisfied. That was, she's like, okay, I got the truth. All I wanted was the truth. I don't really care about the house. I wanted the truth about what was going on with my father. We also see in this episode, we saw AJ and the bishop have a nice bonding moment. I thought that was very nice. So now where are we up to? Phil. Old Phil tries to take a shot, get one more chance with Charity, and he's like, Charity, I'm really sorry. And I was so glad that Charity told him. She said, not even the father of my child has humiliated me the way you did. She said, no, you don't get to do that again. Nah, I ain't messing with you. And I was like, good for you, Charity. Good for you that you kept your dignity. And she walked away, and it hurt her. And she walked away, and she was, teary-eyed. It hurt her because she does care for him, but you don't need to be with this clown that was selling you out for a position and going to marry somebody else, or for ambition in a position. You don't need that. So I was happy that she pretty much said, nah, son, kick rocks, get on over there. So now we go to Lady May, and Lady May is. Oh, wait! Before we go to that, y'all see Darius and Grace getting it on, kissing and carrying on. So I guess she's, they getting those sparks back. I thought that was cool. Now we go to Lady May. She's, happy, excited, and she decides to tell the bishop, let's get married tomorrow. Let's do it, whatever, whatever. And she's all hugging up on him, and he's acting a little strange. And this was a good scene. It was a sad scene too. He's acting a little strange, and he can't speak. And she's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And she's like, let me call an ambulance. He's like, no. And he asked her for a pen. And I thought that was beautiful. He wrote out, I do. But it was sad too, because it looked like he was having some kind of, I don't know, something happening to him, like, which wasn't good. And I'm like, oh God, Bishop, please don't die. And it was so sad seeing her. It was beautiful and sad to me, that scene, and well acted, because Lady May was hurt, and she's like, not now, please. She called the ambulance, whatever. He kind of leans back, and he appears, guys, to have gone on to glory. It looks like the bishop is dead. That's what it looks like. And she screams, no. And that's how the episode ends. She's like, no, not right now. But I'm like, wow. So see how they tied all that in? Because they kept saying throughout this season how the bishop, she was saying you need to go to the doctor, and he wasn't remembering things. So it looked like he had a little... Yeah, that was sad. Bishop, it looks like the bishop is gone. And from the previews, everybody was in black. But you never know with these shows. So we got to wait till we see next week's episode to see how they handle it. But from what it looks like he's gone. And I thought that was a well-done scene, a well-acted scene. It was sad, too. I thought it was sad. But, yeah, pretty good episode. Whitmore is out of here. Darius and Grace are together. What else? Oh, funny scene too. All that time, Sophia thought that Zora told about her whole breast incident, her breast being on the internet. So she goes in there and she's having the conversation with Grace, and like, I'm sorry about that, that telling about that incident. And Grace is like, what incident? Grace didn't even know. So Caesar, Grace didn't even know. That's funny. She didn't even know. Zora never really told us. So I thought that was clever. So like I said, it was a pretty good episode. This is all I have for now. Tell me your thoughts on the episode. This is it, guys. Next week is the last episode. Yeah, it's the last episode. Wow. So that's it. That's all I got. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and if you haven't already, subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video. You all be blessed.